we were having a fantastic event last night, and when we heard what had happened, we were all completely devastated for the loss of life and the unnecessary violence that's been happening within our area. It touched very close to our hearts. We are all a huge family, and our families attend this event and help and support us every year as we put on this fundraiser for art and music in our community for children and families. And it's heartbreaking.
How many people were estimated to have been here last night?
There were thousands and thousands of people here. We won't have the final tally until a couple days from now, when we were able to go back into the offices, count the wristbands, and wrap up the rest of the event.
Was this the 9th or 8th year?
This was our 9th year.
What year did it start? Just to make sure that I have that count right.
It's 2007 was when it started, and it started in the patio with approximately 300 to 500 people, and then we've grown to this epic event that's over the last 9 years.
And when you say epic event, are people coming from?
People are coming from all across the state. We get people from different states. We actually have a couple of families that come out of the country to attend ZombiCon. It is a very well-known event, and Pushing Daizies is supported by this event, and we thank all of our community for helping us and supporting our efforts to keep art and music in the community. We do want to reiterate that our safety of our event goers is number one. We have hired our own personal security and the Fort Myers Police Department, an awesome job on their rapid response on the incident last night.
Can we talk about security for a second? First, let's give me logistics. So the event spans what part of the downtown River District?
I have to double check with our map, but it's approximately 6 blocks of the River District.
Okay. When you're talking about control points and trying to keep tabs on thousands of people as this event has grown, how do you guys do that?
We hire our own outside certified security personnel, as well as officers from the Fort Myers Police Department. We have our awesome volunteers and our Z-Corps who are trained to handle the entrances, and we do barricade the streets off to keep our community safe.
Is there any way you can tell me how many officers were on duty, whether they were, private or public officers, and where the security points were, like how many entrance points there were?
We had approximately 5 to 8 entrances. We had security and police officers there. There were approximately 30 officers and approximately 60 security guards. I can get you actual numbers later.
Okay, that really helps. What was the name of the security firm, and how often have you used them in the past?
What's the name of our security firm? I'm very tired. We haven't slept yet.
Me neither.
We know him by his first name. We don't know his. What's Jesse's company?
Oh,
What's the name?
security company?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just met Jesse last
It's so
night.
funny because we know. He's like we know him. Yeah. Go on.
I can. Let me email that to you.
Okay.
I don't want to misquote.
Right. And the other question with that was, how long have they been doing security for you? Because I'm imagining that you have to build a relationship with them, given your event.
They were with us for 2012, and we brought them back for 2015.
Okay. So before that, was there another security firm?
There was another security company.
Do you have the name of that one?
I'll have to email it to you.
Okay. As far as the future of the event, first of all, I guess, what about, what would you like to tell people who feel like they won't come again, maybe because they feel unsafe?
We completely understand their concerns, but we do keep in mind it is the most important to us to keep our event goers as safe as we humanly possible. We are coming together to regroup today to look at other security measures that we can possibly implement in order to continue to keep this event safe. We love this community, we love downtown, and we will be back.
Pushing Daizies nonprofit?
Yes.
What does it do?
It provides art and music in our community to children and families in a non-judgmental atmosphere. That is the whole basis behind ZombiCon, is to be able to express your creativity and have that passion and drive to be who you are within an artistic environment.
Why do you think that ZombiCon has struck a chord with people to the point where it's grown to this magnitude?
It is a phenomenon across the world. We have the number one show is The Walking Dead. We have all these spin-offs of other TV shows. It just seems to hit a chord with our general populace, and it is able to bring just awesome creativity within our community.
Why the Downtown River District?
It's historic. It's also the 30th anniversary of Day of the Dead, which was filmed here.
So it's part of the lore, I guess, to
Yes.
be down here.
To be down here.
Would you consider a venue change? Is that something you guys are talking about?
That is, there's nothing that we are going to not discuss at this point. There are other options, and we'll look at each one of those carefully.
We have the name of the shooting victim. A young guy, very popular. We don't know why he was hurt. We don't know why it happened. Do you have anything you'd like to say to people who are mourning tonight?
Our thoughts
today?
and our prayers are definitely with the victim's family and all of those who were involved in this incident. It touches a chord with each one of us. We're parents, and we can't imagine what they're possibly going through at this time. We are asking all of our communities, if they have any information, to please contact the Fort Myers Police Department and share their information. It can be anonymous. We would just like to be able to help bring this to a close and give some sort of closure to those families, and our hearts and our prayers go out to them.
Do you think that with violence and shootings and that are kind of striking at the core of Fort Myers and the city right now, do you think that the community is going to kind of come together for this? Are you seeing that already? Or?
We're seeing that. Our supporters are very willing to reach out and help others. We know as a community coming together that we can make the changes that need to happen to decrease the violence that's happening within our area. And we all need to come together on this. And that is our message. We are about bringing communities together and doing it in a way that lets individuals be individuals.
Now, does the event have insurance? Are you guys at all concerned about legal ramifications?
We do
Is this
have
something
insurance.
that are law enforcement reaching out to you? Can you talk to us about that?
We haven't been, we were speaking with law enforcement last night, and we will continue to have open communication with them as well.
And you do have insurance?
Yes, we do.
What does it cover?
I'd have to get you the specifics. I can't tell you that over the top of my head.
In a case like this, I'm sure that this is a worst case scenario. I'm sure that no one expects something like this to happen, but when you have this many people, you kind of have to have contingency plans. Do you have a set of protocols that kind of kicks in when something like this does happen? Is it like autopilot for things, or?
We do have it. That's why we work very closely with our security team in the Fort Myers Police Department, having EMS here within the event. We have taken every precaution we could to ensure the safety of our event goers. And so we run through these plans. We have multiple meetings with everyone, and our staff does communicate well, and we're able to know what's happening as soon as we possibly can and be able to take the steps we need to help remedy the situation.
Now, I've asked you a bunch of questions. We're at like 10 minutes right now. Why do you feel the need to speak publicly and answer my questions and take it?
Because we care about our community. We're not just an outside entity. We are part of the family of downtown Fort Myers. We're part of Lee County. We want our community to know that we are here and we are going to continue our mission. if there's anything that we can do, we are going to be able to cooperate as much as possible with everyone and have an open dialogue. And we really encourage our community and our patrons and our businesses to do the same, to come together to help resolve this issue.